After his triumphant acceptance into the prestigious internship program, Destiny returned to Lagos with a heavy heart. While he was flourishing academically and professionally, the ties to his family and their struggles pulled at him constantly. His dreams for their upliftment were grand, but the path forward was littered with challenges. At home, Ngozi's health continued to decline, and the stress of managing the household exacerbated her condition. Ezekiel, though slightly subdued after witnessing Destiny's growing success, still showed favoritism toward Ikechukwu. The rift between him and his stepchildren persisted. But for Destiny, setbacks were mere opportunities to strategize anew. He often spent nights in his small Lagos apartment poring over ways to bring long-lasting change to his family's life. Back in Amaechi, Obina's carpentry shop was starting to gain recognition. Thanks to Destiny's investment, Obina had been able to purchase advanced tools and hire a few apprentices. However, as the business grew, so did the challenges. Local competitors grew jealous, spreading rumors about Obina's ill-gotten success. To make matters worse, Ezekiel demanded a share of the income, claiming that as the head of the household, he was entitled to a portion of every family member's earnings. Obina, emboldened by years of struggle and newfound independence, refused. This led to explosive arguments, during which Ezekiel would hurl insults, calling Obina and Destiny ingrates who had forgotten where they came from. Ikechukwu, echoing his father's sentiments, would mock his stepbrothers, asserting his privilege as the favored son. Amidst this turmoil, Kihima's journey was equally fraught. Though she had enrolled in the nursing program, she struggled to keep up with the financial demands. The modest contributions from Destiny and Obina were often stretched thin, covering tuition, books, and transportation. Yet, Kihima's resilience shone brightly. On weekends, she worked at a local clinic, assisting nurses and learning the ropes. Her compassion and dedication earned her the respect of her mentors, who often spoke of her potential to become a great nurse. Kihima's perseverance brought joy to Destiny, who saw in her a reflection of their father's unwavering spirit. During one of his visits home, Destiny spent an evening with Kihima, sitting under the old mango tree where they had once done homework as children. "Kihima," Destiny began, his voice tinged with emotion, "do you remember what Papa always said about hard times?" "Yes," she replied with a small smile. "They are like the Harmattan season. Harsh, but they always make way for the rains." "Exactly," Destiny said, placing a hand on her shoulder. "The rains are coming for us, Kihima. We just need to hold on." At the internship, Destiny's performance was nothing short of stellar. He quickly became a favorite among his supervisors, not just for his technical skills but for his ability to lead and inspire his peers. His background story, a young man rising from the depths of poverty, resonated deeply with his colleagues, some of whom offered to mentor him. One such mentor, Mr. Adbanjo, was a senior executive who had grown up in a similar environment. Adbanjo took a special interest in Destiny, often sharing advice and opening doors to networking opportunities. Under Adbanjo's guidance, Destiny drafted a proposal for a community development project aimed at rural education and skill building. When Destiny presented the proposal during a company-wide competition, it garnered widespread acclaim. The project, titled Amaechi's Tomorrow, was awarded a grant of 5 million naira, to be implemented over the next year. Destiny's heart swelled with pride, not for himself, but for the promise this held for his village. With the grant secured, Destiny took a leave from his internship to oversee the project's implementation. The first phase focused on renovating the village school. Obina's carpentry business was contracted to produce desks, chairs, and shelves for the classrooms. Kihima, on her weekends off, conducted health workshops for the children, teaching them basic hygiene and first aid. The community, initially skeptical of Destiny's ambitions, gradually rallied behind him. Women volunteered to cook meals for the workers, while men offered their labor to clear and rebuild the school grounds. Even Ezekiel, though begrudgingly, contributed by lending his truck to transport materials. Despite these successes, the project was not without its challenges. Bureaucratic delays, funding shortfalls, and local politics often threatened to derail the progress. Destiny's resilience, however, remained unshaken. With every setback, he found creative solutions, often working late into the night to resolve issues. As the project gained momentum, tensions at home flared up again. Ezekiel, perhaps feeling overshadowed by Destiny's growing influence in the village, grew increasingly resentful. One evening, during a heated argument, he accused Ngozi of turning the children against him. "You've let these boys disrespect me for too long," Ezekiel shouted, his voice echoing through the house. "This is my house, and I will not be sidelined by children." Ngozi, frail but unyielding, responded with a quiet firmness that silenced him. "This house belongs to all of us, Ezekiel. And these children have done more for this family than you ever have." Though the words stung, they marked a turning point. Ezekiel began to retreat from his antagonistic stance, perhaps realizing that he could no longer diminish the strength of the family he had tried to suppress. The completion of the school project became a celebration for the entire community. Parents arrived with their children in colorful attire, proud of the transformation that had taken place. The new school bore the name of Destiny's late father, Chibuzo Weekzy Memorial School, honoring the man who had instilled the values that guided his children's journey. During the opening ceremony, Destiny addressed the gathered villagers. "This is not just a school. It's a symbol of what we can achieve when we come together. Amaechi's tomorrow begins today, and it begins with all of us." The speech was met with thunderous applause, and many in the audience wept openly. Obinna stood to the side, his chest swelling with pride. Kiama, too, felt a renewed sense of purpose, knowing that her work had made a difference. As the days turned to weeks, the impact of the school began to ripple through the community. More children enrolled, some walking miles from neighboring villages. Teachers, inspired by the state-of-the-art facilities, poured their hearts into their lessons. The school became a beacon of hope, not just for Amaechi, but for the surrounding areas. Back in Lagos, Destiny's life took another turn. His exceptional work and the success of the Amaechi project earned him a full-time position with his company. The salary was substantial, allowing him to send regular funds home and begin planning for even larger initiatives. Obinna, now a successful carpenter, decided to expand his business. He opened a second workshop in a neighboring town, hiring more apprentices and training them with the same skills that had lifted him from poverty. Kiama, having graduated as a nurse, started working in a hospital in Enugu. She made frequent trips back to Amaechi to conduct health camps and provide free checkups for the villagers. Despite their growing successes, the family never forgot their roots. They continued to face challenges, especially with Ezekiel's unpredictable behavior. Though he had softened over time, his bitterness occasionally resurfaced. Destiny, however, chose to focus on the positive, ensuring that his siblings and mother remained united. One evening, as Destiny sat under the mango tree with his family, he reflected on how far they had come. The tree, once a place of solace during their darkest times, now stood as a testament to their resilience. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over Amaechi. Destiny's mind raced with plans for the future: a health center for the village, scholarships for promising students, and perhaps even a small factory to provide jobs for the youth. "We've only just begun," he said softly, his voice carrying the weight of determination and hope. "Papa's dream for us and for Amaechi is still unfolding." The family nodded in agreement, their hearts full of gratitude and anticipation. Though the road ahead remained uncertain, they knew that together, they could overcome any obstacle. For the first time in years, their laughter echoed through the village, mingling with the rustling leaves of the old mango tree. Destiny's journey was far from over, but he embraced it with open arms, ready to face whatever lay ahead. Destiny's return to Lagos marked a shift, both in his personal life and in the dynamics of his family back in Amaechi. With the school project completed, his mind was already racing with ideas for the next phase of development. But as he dove deeper into his corporate responsibilities, he faced new challenges and opportunities that would test his resilience and determination. Back in the village, the ripple effects of Destiny's efforts were evident. The Chibuza Weekzy Memorial School became a hub of learning and inspiration. Teachers and students alike marveled at the resources they now had access to, and the school's reputation began to draw attention from beyond Amaechi. Yet, as with any progress, there were those who sought to undermine it. Ezekiel, though slightly subdued by recent events, found new ways to stir trouble. He began spreading rumors that the school's success was not Destiny's doing but the result of hidden agendas by outsiders looking to exploit the village. His jealousy festered, manifesting in passive-aggressive comments during family gatherings and subtle attempts to discredit Destiny's work. Meanwhile, Ikechukwu, emboldened by his father's rhetoric, continued to distance himself from his step-siblings, flaunting privileges that Ezekiel had secured for him. Destiny's visits to Amaechi became less frequent due to his demanding schedule, but his commitment to his family never wavered. He often called Kihama and Obina to check on their progress and offer advice. Kihama, now a full-fledged nurse, had begun working at a clinic in Enugu. Her visits to Amaechi were filled with purpose as she conducted free health camps and educated the villagers on basic health care. Her dedication was met with admiration, though it also drew the ire of those resistant to change. Obina, on the other hand, faced his own set of challenges. His carpentry business had expanded, but with growth came competition. Rival carpenters, envious of his success, began undercutting his prices and questioning the quality of his work. To counter this, Obina doubled down on his craftsmanship, ensuring that every piece leaving his workshop was a testament to his skill and dedication. Despite the mounting pressure, he found solace in the knowledge that he was contributing to his family's stability. In Lagos, Destiny's career was taking off. His work ethic and innovative ideas earned him the respect of his peers and the mentorship of influential figures like Mr. Adbanjo. Yet, the weight of his family's struggles and the expectations placed on him often left him feeling isolated. He poured himself into his work, determined to create opportunities not just for his family but for others like them. One evening, after a particularly grueling day at the office, Destiny received a call from Kihama. Her voice was laced with worry as she recounted an incident involving Ezekiel. During a heated argument, Ezekiel had accused Ngozi of turning the children against him, claiming that their success was a direct insult to his authority as the head of the household. The confrontation had escalated, leaving Ngozi visibly shaken. Destiny's heart sank. Despite their progress, the shadow of Ezekiel's resentment loomed large. He resolved to address the situation during his next visit to Amaechi. When Destiny arrived in the village a week later, the tension in the household was palpable. Ezekiel avoided him, while Ikechukwu's smug demeanor only fueled Destiny's frustration. That evening, under the familiar mango tree, Destiny gathered his siblings and mother for a candid conversation. "We've come so far," he began, his voice steady but firm. "But we can't let the past hold us back. Ezekiel's behavior is unacceptable, and we need to find a way to move forward without letting his negativity consume us." Ngozi nodded, her eyes filled with tears. "I've tried to keep the peace, Destiny, but it's getting harder every day. I don't want this to tear us apart." Kihama and Obina shared their concerns, recounting instances where Ezekiel's actions had caused unnecessary strife. Together, they devised a plan to assert their independence while maintaining their unity as a family. The next morning, Destiny approached Ezekiel. Their conversation was tense, but Destiny's calm demeanor and unwavering resolve left an impression. While Ezekiel didn't openly admit fault, he seemed to retreat from his antagonistic stance, at least temporarily. As weeks turned into months, the family began to find a semblance of balance. Destiny's continued support allowed Kihama to establish herself in her nursing career, and Opena's business flourished despite the challenges. Ngozi's health improved, thanks in part to Kihima's medical expertise and the reduction in household stress. Destiny's next big project was a health center for Amaechi. Inspired by Kihima's work and the community's needs, he began drafting proposals and seeking partnerships. The project gained momentum when Mr. Adbenjo connected him with a non-profit organization interested in rural healthcare development. With their support, Destiny secured funding and resources to build a modest but fully equipped clinic in the village. Construction began amidst much excitement, but not without opposition. Some villagers, influenced by Ezekiel's earlier rumors, questioned Destiny's motives. Others, resistant to change, saw the clinic as an unnecessary disruption to their traditional way of life. Destiny, however, remained steadfast. He spent hours engaging with the community, addressing their concerns and highlighting the benefits of accessible healthcare. The clinic's completion marked another milestone in Destiny's journey. During the inauguration ceremony, Ngozi cut the ribbon, her face radiant with pride. The event was attended by villagers, local officials, and representatives from the non-profit organization. In his speech, Destiny emphasized the importance of unity and resilience, drawing parallels to his family's journey. "This clinic is not just a building," he said. "It's a symbol of what we can achieve when we come together. Our struggles don't define us, how we rise above them does." The clinic quickly became a lifeline for Amaechi and surrounding villages. Kihima played a pivotal role, volunteering her weekends to provide free consultations and train local health workers. The community's initial skepticism gave way to gratitude as they witnessed the positive impact of the clinic. Despite these achievements, Destiny's journey was far from over. He continued to juggle his corporate responsibilities with his commitment to Amaechi, often sacrificing personal comforts to ensure the success of his projects. His siblings, inspired by his determination, began exploring ways to give back as well. Opena started offering free carpentry workshops for village youth, while Kihima organized health awareness campaigns. As the family gathered under the mango tree one evening, they reflected on their journey. The scars of their past remained, but they no longer defined them. They had forged a new path, one marked by resilience, unity, and hope. "We've come a long way," Destiny said, his voice filled with gratitude. "But there's still so much more to do. For Papa, for Amaechi, and for ourselves." The sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the village. The future remained uncertain, but for the first time, it felt bright. Together, they were ready to face whatever lay ahead, their bond unbreakable and their dreams limitless. The bond they shared became a source of strength in the months that followed. Yet, as new opportunities arose, Destiny found himself at a crossroads. An offer came from an international organization that admired his community projects. They wanted him to lead a large-scale rural development initiative that would take him out of the country for 2 years. The salary and resources promised were tempting, but it meant leaving his family and his village at a crucial time. Destiny agonized over the decision. On one hand, it was a chance to scale his impact and learn from global experts. On the other, he feared that his absence could derail the progress they had made in Amaechi. He turned to his family for counsel, sitting them down under the mango tree one evening. "This is a big opportunity," he began. "But I'm worried about leaving at a time when so much still needs to be done here." Ngozi, ever wise and supportive, placed a hand on his arm. "Destiny, you've laid a strong foundation. If this opportunity will help you grow and bring even greater change, then we will support you. We've faced worse together and come out stronger. We'll manage." Opena and Kihima nodded in agreement, their eyes reflecting the trust they had in their brother. "Go, Destiny," Kihima said. "We'll hold down the fort here. Amaechi is in good hands." With their blessing, Destiny accepted the offer. The weeks leading up to his departure were filled with preparation. He ensured that the health center and school had strong management teams in place. He also helped Obinna expand his workshops and set up a scholarship fund for promising students in the village, naming it the Chibuzo Legacy Fund. On the day of his departure, the entire village gathered to see him off. Children waved handmade signs, and elders offered prayers for his safe journey. As the bus pulled away, Destiny felt a mix of excitement and apprehension. He looked out at the faces of the people he had grown to love and vowed to return stronger and better equipped to serve them. In the bustling city of Geneva, where Destiny's new role began, he found himself immersed in a world of innovation and collaboration. His work involved designing strategies for sustainable development in Africa, and he often drew on his experiences in Amaechi to inform his ideas. His colleagues admired his passion and practical insights, and Destiny quickly became a respected voice in the organization.